Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to KryWolfe's video impression of Onimusha Warlords. This is my first time playing the first entry into the series. I remember playing the second game as Jubei. Third game was, I think, Samanosuke again with Jacques Blanc, voiced by French actor Jean Reno. I actually had no intentions of buying this game. The guy at GameStop tried his best to sell me stuff, and I saw this was 20 bucks, so I went ahead and pre-ordered it. This was more of a pity buy, but I was actually quite impressed. To be honest, the closer the release date came, the more excited I got, just because I remember what Onimusha was all about. Do know that this is KryWolfe's first video. I do not expect it having more than 10 views, especially the first video, knowing YouTube's algorithm, but I wanted to put it out there just to flex our muscles. Graphics out of the way the remaster looks is exactly how you would remember it in your head. Like, if you play it, you would think, oh, nothing changed. It looks exactly the way it did when I played it on the PS2, only if you don't remember what the PS2 graphics look like anymore. It's not pretty, but it's not ugly either. This is a game that's priced at $20, and at that price, you really can't complain. If it was $29, I would probably have made a comment about it, maybe. At $39, this video wouldn't exist. So let's go straight into it. The environments are pretty much pre-rendered images with 3 models on top. Think Final Fantasy VII. So you'll have a lot of pretty backgrounds, and the 3D models are decent enough that they don't feel out of place. This is a Capcom game, by the way, so this felt like the same engine as the early Resident Evil series or entries, meaning it has static camera angles that you can't really control. I really don't mind this since we don't have a lot of those games anymore. One thing I did enjoy was the entire feel, specifically the cutscenes and the dialogue between the characters. They felt very 90s, very campy Japanese show vibe going for it, and given when this game came out, it's pretty much justified. Speaking of campy 90s show, the dialogue gave me a mixed reaction at first. It was only when I first met, I think it was an important enemy that changed my opinion. Here was a creepy looking dude in a creepy evil lair, whose voice I expected to be really creepy. Only when he started talking, it made his character look like a joke. I ended up enjoying it. It was campy, it was fun. I'm not going to show much, but I just need you guys to hear this little clip.
Sweet, beautiful, lovely, the dripping blood, and what's this? Oh, a liver. What's that smell? Who's there? A human? How disappointing.
Face me, demon!
Who do you think you are talking to?
So wasn't that great? I mean, it's forgivable and actually quite entertaining, nostalgic even. Again, for 20 bucks, this is very much steal. Let's get to combat. Combat here is better than I thought. If you haven't played any or a lot of action games, this one might prove a bit difficult. On the other hand, if you played a lot of action games, it won't prove too difficult. You have one button for attack and another for magic attack. There's a block button and a targeting button which allows you to strafe around enemies. Enemies seem to respawn quite a bit and will also respawn when you leave and come back to the area. I do need to point out that this game has modern controls and not the tank controls that the old Capcom games did. But if you are interested, the directional pad is actively meant for tank control junkies. If you aren't, then stick to the analog sticks. Now, earlier I mentioned the static camera angles. That does hinder some fights, since whenever you cross the edge of the camera limit, the game will obviously switch to another. But sometimes that left me recalibrating which direction I'm facing and which direction my enemies are now at. Other than that, it's still manageable. You have different enemy types, enough to prevent it from being too easy throughout the game. Enemies that, if not killed first, will steal all the souls that you have, preventing you from absorbing them. The souls are meant for to replenish your magic, your health, and I think experience points, a la Dark Souls. those things that steal your soul, they can be remedied by taking out your bow and attacking. So just to end this, I'm not going to do a full review, so I'll leave it to this. This game is definitely worth checking out. Again, it's priced at $20, so it's not that bad. I'm sure it's still enjoyable to those who played it back in the day, and I'm sure first-time players will enjoy it as well. Again, this is KryWolfe's first video. Overall, this video is very rough. Every video I'm going to do after this will be a whole lot more pristine, I promise you. Thank you for actually even getting it, watching it this far. If anything else, please subscribe. Actually, don't even subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's not even. It's just gonna be this video. Just like our Facebook page and visit our website from time to time. Anything else? Nothing else. So see you guys next time.